Hey everyone, Super Mustache Pika here, and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Quest III: Seeds of Salvation. Between videos, I managed to get back to the kingdom from the Dream Tower, and in today's episode, since we acquired the Thieves' Key, we are going to open up some of these red doors around the kingdom. We're going to get a little more information and some more items here. First of all, we're going to explore the castle here, and we get some hints towards some things that we need to do to leave the kingdom to continue on our journey to follow in the footsteps of our father Ortega. So as we come in here, we see like kind of a scientist, and we talk with him. I recall reading somewhere that a seal can be broken with a teleport using an item called a wrecking ball. Yes, a wrecking ball. In here we find the mini medal. I believe this is mini medal number 5. So with that, I believe we can now go to the mini medal in the well in the village and acquire the first item. But I'll talk about that more when we get there. But right now we're going to continue exploring the castle. And as we scroll down this way, now remember earlier when I said when we were exploring the Najima Tower and the base in the underground that we came to this area where there's this red door. Well, now if we use this door, we are now back in the underground area of the Dream Tower. And there is a red door down here so I don't want to miss on that, because I think there's a pretty decent equipment I can get early that I will not be able to acquire until we get to the new area. And right now, Kuroken, my soldier, he's got a lot of HP, but he don't have a whole lot of defense, so that's why he's actually in the 3rd spot, so he doesn't get attacked as much, despite Lollipie only having about, the party's not fully healed right now, but despite her maybe having 35 HP, she has almost right now about almost 40 defense at this level, and she's only level 7. And that's because of her high agility, that she dodges a lot, and she has kind of high resilience, so she has a high natural defense for her character. And as I said, as we progress, I'm going to be changing her personality to something way more powerful. And I actually, in between episodes, I talked with her about this, and she was kind of pumped about it, so... Anyways, alright, I forgot I explored there, but we're going to continue down this way. Now, if you remember this way, this is the way we can get to Reeve, but as you see here, there's a door. Thieves' Key makes it so we can access it. Inside this chest, we find a seed of agility. I have collected a few seeds. I probably will not be using those until towards the end of the game, or I might be using them on another character, because I will be doing post-game, but I will probably have to be changing my party around and job classes around, so that means I'll be saving those seeds for end-game or bonus episodes. I may use them during during the Let's Play, but okay, Lollipie reaches level 8. HP by 1, MP by 2, not much, but Strength 3, Agility 4, and she learns Eye for Distance. Okay. Thieves and merchants do learn. Oh, we get here hardwood headwear, which is actually better than a leather helmet. I believe I give this to... Yeah, see how Kuroken's defense is only 20? Even Sadasa's higher defense. So I believe, yes, it goes to Kuroken. And as you can see, if I gave it to Lollipie, her defense would be 45, which is incredibly ridiculous right now. So... And, yeah. For Eye for Distance. This spell can be used outside of battle. It tells you how far towns are, castles, and other important places. So it lets you know where towns, castles, dungeons, all the areas on the map. It lets you know how far away. That will be useful later on in the game, but not right now. But yeah. So, as we continue journeying here, I just want to talk about, I did talk with a couple with my friends, and they are actually, we might have them sit in during this Let's Play. And I talked to them, they're pretty psyched about it. And I'm pretty happy that some people have been watching the series. They leave positive comments, and it just hearing that from my friends and people I know just makes me want to even do this more. So as we continue, we're gonna head back to Aliahan. There was only the one red door in the tower, Dream Tower, and that's where the old man was, where we got the key from. So, and then also I'm thinking about maybe in future episodes cutting out battles and only keeping in the ones with when we come across new enemies, but right now I don't really see it that much. The videos aren't really that long, and if I cut out all the battles, some of these videos would only be like 9-10 minutes long. I'm kind of aiming for like anywhere between 12 and 15 minutes per episode. I might do longer ones, but right now, with how my work schedule is, I have maybe 1 to 3 days off a week, and right now it's July 2nd, and right now I got the 4th of July. It's the 4th is coming up, and I got to work, and I got my brother coming up from Florida today. So right now I'm just trying to get this squeezed in, so then hopefully on Wednesday, when that's my next day off, I can get the next episode out. Now this woman actually changed the dialogue ever since now I have the red key. She's talking about Ortega. Before she's like, wow, did you actually come all this way out here to see me? But now, there aren't any really red doors in the village. In Aliahan, in Reeve, there's a couple doors. But right now, we're going to go down the well, and as I pointed out in previous episodes, this is where we turn in our mini-medals. Well, we just happen to get 5 mini-medals, and that is enough to get the first reward from here. Because he's trying to max out his mini-medals. If you find them, it's maximally worth your while. Hand them over, I need them. I get 5, ho-ho. Many thanks. And this calls for a reward, and he gives us a thorn whip. Yeah, if we get up to 10, we can get owner of a garter. That's the next item I really want to get. But the whip is actually, if anyone's ever played like Dragon Quest 4 or on, you notice that, most weapons are single targeted. You can have spells that are multi-target. But as I equip Lollipop, this increases her attack by 10. With the Thorn Whip, she can attack a group of enemies, and that doesn't mean all enemies, but we'll see here when we get in a battle. You'll see what I mean. And right now, her attack and her defense is probably the highest out of all my characters. That's very impressive. I think but when I get the next personality, as she levels up, it's going to become worse. Now, as we see here in this battle, we have 5 signs that we watch. Yeah, with the Thorn Whip, she attacks all 5 of them. Now, say if there was like a Stark Raven or a Bunnicorn in the battle, she would not target that. She would only target the group that I chose. Boomerangs, on the other hand, will attack all monsters. But we don't have access to boomerangs right now. So as we continue, do the heal up here, yeah, we're going to make our way onto Reeve. See, same here with the Stark Ravens. And because of her agility, she's going to attack first. And it makes this area really easy with the low-level monsters. But as we arrive here in Reeve, we're just gonna tackle the red doors. There's one here at the inn. As we make our way here, talk to the soldier. They say there's a sacred spring on our way over to the mountains to the east of the village. That's where we'll be heading next. And that's, as he hinted off, that's where most heroes go to journey out before they start their quests. Alright, well, no, we're not going to go to church here. Whoops, we're going the wrong way. We're going to head this way to Couldn't get in here earlier. As we enter, there's a couple. We see a gigantic cauldron. We peek inside here. We don't find nothing. What do we got in here? A seed of wisdom. I will be, obviously, like I said, mentioned earlier, I will be holding on to all seeds until later in the game or post game. Check the bookshelves. Nothing here. Here we find nothing. If we look in here, we get an antidote herb. Or an antidotal herb. What are you doing here? I could have sworn I locked the door. Are we trespassing? Yeah. Oh, that's the thief keys. Oh, he realizes we are Ortega's child. He's heard so much about. Oh my. I'll give you something to help. And we get the wrecking ball. This will help us get to the next area. Because as we've been hearing, there's a teleporter, but it's been sealed off and there's no way to get to it. Well, with the wrecking ball, we can now. I have, like I said before, in between episodes, I got all the equipment and stuff that I want here. So now we are going to journey eastward through the mountains. And here, a heal slime. Now, these things by themselves are not that dangerous. They do have I believe, over 30 HP, and they do heal themselves. So, if I didn't have all the best equipment I could, weapons I could right now for my characters, that battle would probably take a little longer. But by themselves, harmless. With a group of enemies, not so harmless. They can make things more difficult. Say if there was a heal slime in this battle. Now, as you see, I attack the bubble slimes first because they can inflict poison. I'm not worried about the butterflies casting dazzle there because no one gets affected, so it doesn't hinder their attack percentage. And yeah, sorry, just blowing some dust out of the way. Yeah, see right there, Lollipop, she only attacked the one butterfly, so she didn't attack the toady. And that's not so bad for gold. I might around here, if it wouldn't be a bad idea to grind for some gold here, but I'm going to continue on because I really want to get to the next area because there's really not much left to do in this area, and level grinding would just be ridiculous in this area. So we enter here, there's another old man. Well, we check the bookshelf here, and it tells about boomerangs and whips. They allow to attack multiple enemies simultaneously. Whips can hit entire groups, while boomerang can damage every enemy. Some of them are not powerful weapons, but they are quite handy, especially if you don't have, like in my group, I don't have a mage or a wizard, so I'm not going to have someone casting powerful multi-targeting spells, so I'm going to be relying on whips and boomerangs until later on in the game when I can change some of my characters into different classes. There we get a Chimera Wing. And as we leave, he talked about the area where we need to bring the wrecking ball. So there's a spring here. And as we enter, we notice in the back, there's a stairwell. This will lead us to the path of prophecy. And that is where we're going to end the episode. So in the next episode, we will explore this dungeon and hopefully enter into a new land. See you then. Hey everyone, Super Mustache Pika here, and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Quest III: Seeds of Salvation.